Hello, Christopher Brent here, coming to you with a tutorial on how to play a C major arpeggio on the piano. I'm going to do this hand separately, and first I'm going to explain what an arpeggio is. Basically, what an arpeggio is the chord, the C major chord, which consists of the first note, third note, and the fifth note of the C major scale broken apart in such a manner where it will look like this. Okay, so what we do with the arpeggios is we take the chords and break them apart into individual notes. Okay, so let me talk about the fingering. First, your thumb, finger number 1, will go on C. Okay, next your second finger is going to go on E. Okay, next your third finger, middle finger, will go to G. Okay, and here what's going to happen is you're going to pivot, slide the thumb under so it gets all the way to C. And then finger 2 continues on E, finger 3 on G, and finger 5 will go all the way up to the C. Okay, then going back down, finger 3 goes to G, finger 2 on E, thumb will go to C, you'll cross over, third finger will get all the way over to G, and then second finger on E, and you're back to the thumb, finger number 1 on C. Okay, that was the span of 2 octaves. Okay, so it will look something like this. Okay, so basically what you have is thumb, finger 1, 2, and 3 on C, E, and G, okay, for the first portion of this. And the biggest issue here is getting the thumb underneath the hand so you can get it all the way over to C here. That's probably the toughest part, okay? Now let's talk about the left hand, okay? The left hand, finger 5, your pinky is going to be on C to start. Finger 4 is going to go on E right here. Finger 2 will go on G, and your thumb will be on C. Okay, and then you'll cross the 4th finger over to E like this. Finger 2 will be on G, and thumb will be on C, and everything is the same going back down. Finger 2 will be on G, finger 4 is on E, thumb will go underneath so it can get all the way over to C, finger 2 on G, finger 4 on E, and you'll end with the pinky, finger 5 on C. Okay? Now people often ask, can they use finger 3 as a substitution here for finger 4? Many people oftentimes they'll feel this is a little bit easier to use 3. On E here, you could do that and get away with it in theory, but you want to get yourself used to using the 4th finger, okay, on E, because there's going to be other arpeggios like the D major arpeggio where you have a black key in the middle, okay, and you would use the 3rd finger for that, okay. So you want to get used to using and utilizing this 4th finger here, so practice that, okay, use the 4th finger here. Okay, again, I'll go over that fingering starting with 5 on C, 4 on E, 2 on G, thumb on C, you'd cross with 4, 2 on G, thumb on C, and the same thing going back down. Okay, and learn this hand separate first before you try to put the hands together and do this. Okay, so spend some time, 1 or 2 weeks, maybe even a month or so, practicing hands separate depending on how much time you have to practice, okay, and then you can work on putting the hands together. So hopefully this will help you get a good foundation for playing arpeggios. If you'd like more information, check out my website, www.christopherbrent.com. Thanks so much.